when you first start riding the auto, we have a doubt कि is this right? ये ज़्यादा light तो नहीं हो रहा है? ये ज़्यादा easily नहीं चल रहा है? How many of us thought, you know what, electric vehicle यार पता ही नहीं क्या होगा? Can I see a show of hands? हाँ, आप में से किन को लगा कि पता नहीं ये जो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल है कैसी चलेगी? ऐसे लगा? फुल स्पीड में ऐसा लगा था कि इतना ताकत नहीं लगाने वाला है, नहीं, बहुत इजीली चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है? ऐसे क्वेश्चन आपके माइंड में आया? एक्चुअली आपको अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी जवाब देना पड़ा होगा ना? एक्चुअली a lot of us feel that way, okay? कि when we are starting an electric vehicle, it's too easy to be out. It's so comfortable. What is happening? And that particular emotion is going to come up on screen next. I'm sure a lot of you would have had the same experience if your friends had many questions.
എടാ നീ നമ്മുടെ രവിയെ കണ്ടിരുന്നു. അവൻ മോണ്ട്ര ഇലക്ട്രിക് സൂപ്പർ ഓട്ടോയിലേക്ക് മാറി, പെട്രോളിൽ നിന്ന് ഇലക്ട്രിക്കിലേക്ക് മാറി. നല്ലൊരു കാര്യമല്ലേ?
Montra Super Auto. How many times has your friend or your friends have asked you ki, please, and go to trial when you please? Yes? Actually, I have a video, mic. Okay. Okay, how many of us have said, you know what? Your friends are the Malayalam. Okay, Malayalam I am question kekre. Ningalde friends ningalde please, you trial venam. Please, I just want to have the look and feel of a Montra Super Auto. So വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? കേരളത്തിലെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ വണ്ടിയാണ്. കേരളത്തിലെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ വണ്ടി. നിങ്ങളുടെ വണ്ടി. Wow, super girls പേര്? Salim. Okay, so this is Mr. Salim who has bought the second Montra Super Auto in all of Kerala. So a round of applause. Round of applause for making change. And Salim, നിങ്ങളുടെ എത്ര ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് ചോദിച്ചു? Please. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്. ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം ചോദിക്കട്ടെ. 250ഓളം ആളുകൾ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. Over 200 people have told him, please give me one test drive. Okay, a round of applause. Did you say okay to everybody? So everybody asked, over 200 people asked Mr. Salim for a test drive, but only 100 people got the chance. Any correct? 130 people. Any correct? Our experience I am wishing you, and not just one, many Montra Super Autos to you also. Any correct Montra Super Autos നിങ്ങളും വാങ്ങിച്ചു നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടെസ്റ്റ് ഡ്രൈവ് എടുക്കാൻ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ വിഷയം രണ്ടാമത്തെ വണ്ടി ബുക്ക് ചെയ്തു. Alright, a round of applause for Mr. Salim, ladies and gentlemen, who has already booked his second Monday. I think a lot of super stories we're going to hear this evening. But along with that, there is one question. Okay, what is the longest distance that you have traveled in your Montra Super Auto? நீங்க Montra Super Autoல இது வரைக்கும் எவ்வளவு maximum distance travel பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? சலீம் சார் சொல்லுங்க. கோழிக்கோடு ஊட்டி போய் ஊட்டி திருச்சி. கோழிக்கோடு ஊட்டி and back. Okay. So how many kilometers approximately?
One side 186 kilometers.
So almost 350 kilometers to Pune. All right. So Mr. Salim says he has driven more than 350 kilometers. Any of you? You know what? We have somebody who has got all the way from, yes sir. One final answer. We'll see. Tamila. Okay. எவ்வளவு தூரம் நீங்க மேக்ஸிமம் டிராவல் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க?
இருந்து ராணிப்பேட்டை வரைக்கும் போயிருக்கேன். வந்து சித்தூர் வரைக்கும் போயிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே.
சென்னையில இருந்து போறேன்.
சென்னையில இருந்து ராணிப்பேட்டை. Nurjahan ma'am, and with that, one more video coming up on this screen. Actually, for this question, I don't need the mic. इस क्वेश्चन के लिए मुझे माइक की कोई जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि एक बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछने वाली हूँ मैं आप सब से. Okay? When I say super auto, obviously हमारे माइंड में एक नाम आती है जो है Montra. When I say superstar, there is one name that comes to mind. What name is it? I thought by now 10 அப்படியே அதரை இருக்கும்னு நினைச்சேன். நம்ம தமிழ் மக்கள்லாம் இல்லையா superstar அப்படின்னு சொன்னா we say one name. क्या है वो नाम? நம்ம எல்லாரும் ரஜினிகாந்த் சொன்னோம், but sir said Montra Electric. Actually, I will give you 100 points for that. But the next video, okay, next video we're going to see super and Super Auto. What would that moment be like coming up on stage? Approved by superstar, approved by all of us. Abhi tagline na கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன். Ladies and gentlemen, with this I have to tell you one thing. When I saw this video, मुझे लगा if Basha was made in 2024, then I think superstar would be riding the Montra Super Auto. But of course, if that's not happening, we have our superstars, you guys. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here. MSL 2024 के एकदम grand finale की शुरुआत होने वाली है. Thank you so much for bringing. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Starting off, super honest. We want to say one thing. Can we say vanakkam to Mr. Johnny Rose, ladies and gentlemen? Super vanakkam sollava.
Vanakkam. Vanakkam.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, our day has just gotten a lot more brighter, a lot more special. Of course, we have a very special felicitation, a very warm welcoming to induct you into this fantastic event. If I may please request onto the stage Mr. Anurag Bora, COO, TIT Mobility, to join us and felicitate Mr. Dante Rhodes. I'd also like to take the opportunity to invite on stage Mr. Aman Sharma, ladies and gentlemen, Business Head of Chola. We also have with us Mr. Roy Kurian, Business Head, Last Mile Montra Electric. Ladies and gentlemen, Montra Electric team order superheroes abhine sollalam. Ellarkum oru vanakkam kodukudhu. Let's welcome them and invite them to officially extend good evening and welcome to Mr. John G. Rhodes. Now, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as we get started. Of course, a very, very special welcome. Of course, we have Mr. John G. Rhodes here in Chennai. We're going to celebrate our in festival style. We'd like to raise the ceremonial Konani. A very traditional welcome in our Tamil culture. So thank you so much for joining us and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. We also have a memento that we'd like to present. Absolute legends on stage and of course welcoming our very own John G. Rhodes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Super. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. But before all of that, if I may extend a very special thanks to our dignitaries on stage, I'd also like to take the opportunity to invite Mr. Roy Kurian to say a few words in your Nigachi Aramikkanukku. Thank you so much to our dignitaries. Thank you, sir. We have not anymore. We'll warn you. I think you are going to feel the confetti. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mr. Roy Korean to say a few words about the MSL 2024. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Chennai. Thank you very much for coming. From the length and breadth of the country. And I want to, first of all, start say thanking our chief guest, John T. Rhodes, the spring man. We have seen him, what he has done in his matches during those days. Thank you, John T., for joining us. I also want to thank Mr. Aman Sharma from Chola team and all dignitaries. Most importantly, I want to thank all the guys who have come from Bihar, UP, Lucknow, and all the states in South. I think it's amazing journey of last 1 year which we want to celebrate here. Now the question is why we are here. What is this MSL? So when we made this vehicle, this three-wheeler what you see, it is not an auto. We wanted to make it like something better than auto, and we landed up making that. It definitely has got some kind of aristocratic blood in its veins because it is so daintily formed. Having said that, the product is so nice, but there are some issues in customers' mind, like will it run for 120, 150 kilometers, give me a range of 180, 200, will it last for so many days? What is going to be the performance as far as top speed is concerned? So all this we have taken care. But we wanted people to really feel it. And we wanted to encourage people to drive more because this is the only way, this is the only energy in which you save a lot. In case of a petrol and diesel, whatever we have been using for generations, the cost per kilometer, running cost is so high, and maximize the return, or you maximize the return by using an electric vehicle, which is just 1/8 or 1/10 of the cost compared to ICE vehicle. So how do we prove that? And second, how do we make or ensure that you make more money? More you ride, more you make money. More your livelihood, your lifestyle, everything is better. So when we have made our products aspirational, we thought of making your life also a level up. Also you start thinking aspirationally in life. So this is what the whole idea was. So we said, let's have a competition wherein customers are riding maximum. There are some examples where people have run 240 kilometers, 250 kilometers. It's amazing in a day. So this is what the reason why we have called all of you, and we want to tell you what all are we planning to share with you tonight. So what we have done is we have made 17 teams. Sorry, 10 teams of 17 people. I'm so sorry. We made 10 teams pan India of 17 people in each team. And we said, okay, it was a random pick from everywhere. UP Kavanda, he is having a partner in Kerala, and Kerala guy or Tamil Nadu guy is having a partner in Rajasthan guy. So this kind of a team randomly made. And we told them, okay, as a team, you run. So these are the team's names which will come. You have seen, you can see on the right and left hand side. Individual, all of you belong to some kind of a team, and there are so many thousands of customers who belong to these respective teams. Okay, and we said, okay, 170 people are going to participate in this. Having said that, we are also saying out of this people, these people are going to be contesting from how many cities? 66. And when you say 66, 66 cities, 68 days. This competition started almost 68 days, and every day people have been chasing and they've been competing with each other. We have made some WhatsApp groups. We have made those kind of competition platform where people are talking to each other and they are pushing each other to raise the bar. Now, this is the overall look and feel. You can see there are 10 lakh plus prizes to be given. All this we are giving basically to encourage people like you to learn, earn more, and ride more and earn more. Right? So 170 super riders, 10 teams, it's one challenge to be a winner, and the prize starts with 10 lakhs. So just have a look at this video. So in totality, आप लोगों ने, मतलब all of you have finished or completed 15 lakh, some 72,000 kilometers in 68 days jointly. And this is the record. From Vijayawada, topper is 415 kilometers a day. Muhammad Akil from Lucknow, 383. Vizag, 351. This is amazing, unbelievable. So this is what an electric vehicle from Montra can do. This is what we wanted to show you and we wanted to see ourselves. Now, other than this, there are brands, there are autos people normally run in a year. Say maximum 30,000, 36,000, 40,000 kilometers. Monthly, say 3,000 kilometers, the maximum people have been using and running. What we found interestingly is in less than 8-9 months, or in 8-9 months, people have clocked 50,000 kilometers. Now, this is another thing which we are happy and proud of. There are 57 customers who have done that. People who have done this 50,000 plus kilometers, we told them, boss, take one day off. We will pay you, take your family, take them to the mall, take them and give them their life, at least for a day. A day is out. A day is out with family, with papa, wife, and kiddos. So this is something which our team has successfully done and it was well appreciated. And this is the impact. Environmentally, how this electric vehicle is impacting, you can see. You can see 279 tons of CO2 emission is what we have reduced. We can say, instead of, this is the impact you are bringing in by using the sustainable energy, and which is equivalent to planting some 12,000 trees, 13,000 trees. आप लोगों ने 13,000 ट्री लगाया और हमारा गाड़ी चला, एक ही बात है. So इतना you are contributing to the society. That is 90 trees every day. अभी तो शुरुआत है. This is just the beginning. Now we have teams here. Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super King is not a team name. We are just calling them, since it's a super auto, we are calling them Chennai Super Kings. So Chennai Super Kings, well, we can, thank you so much for being here. Can I see how many of are from Chennai here? Can you just get up? Chennai team? Chennai, okay. Fantastic, thank you. Good, thank you. Now, we have with us today Mr. Aman Sharma, who is from Chola, and his team is also here. So we are really grateful to Chola because they are a group company. And when we went there to the proposal that we would like to have a sponsorship here, wherein we would like to give education, free education to people who are the winners. So we got 4 teams in semi-finals, and we got 68 teams, the kids, whom we are going to give free education for the lifetime. Yeah, so if your kid is studying in 10th or 2nd or 3rd, whatever education he or she wants, we'll sponsor and we will take care of them. There are how to do, what to do, we'll explain to them. And thank you, Mr. Aman Sharma and Chola team for this amazing support. So, with that, I would like to say, you put down. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Roy. Thank you, sir. And of course, I think there is two very, very special things. On stage, there was a lot of pride in creating MSL, and off stage, there was a lot of pride in changing the world. So, a superb round of applause for all our super writers. Can I hear you make some noise? And with that, I have a feeling the volume is going to go up much, much higher. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to invite onto the stage none other than Mr. Georgie Rhodes to say a few words. Good evening, welcome. How are you doing?
I am doing very, very well, thank you. Wonderful. Did I see some lady drivers? Lady drivers?
Right there, right
They
there.
are. Fantastic. Hello, ma'am. But we need more lady drivers on the road. I'm always a bit nervous when I'm riding my two-wheeler and the three-wheelers come shooting past me.
I have to ask you, in Chennai, actually all across India, autos are so integral. நம்ம எல்லாரோட வாழ்க்கையிலும் ஆட்டோ அப்படின்னா மறக்க முடியாத ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலான ஒரு விஷயம். அதே நேரத்தில் we want to hear from you. We saw you riding in an auto, and especially in the Montra Super Auto. What was your first impression?
Well, my first impression, I mean, I know there was something mentioned about the Chennai Super Kings, and it is a super event and a super auto. And the amazing thing, it reminded me of a certain captain, the past captain of India, who's also played for Chennai Super Kings. Because one, it was very quiet, very silent. And I remember that wicketkeeper standing behind the stumps, not saying anything, just moving with his hands, everything moving. Second thing, such power. Real power, like a helicopter shot. Remember that one? Yeah, I'm not going to mention names, but that is what it reminded me of. Something that was so silent, but had real power. So it was great. I even got a chance to drive it, but they were a bit nervous.
A bit nervous.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't nervous, but
So,
they were.
They were nervous. Okay, உங்க எல்லாரும் மனசுல நினைச்சிட்டு sir they said, you know what, I will sit in the back seat. But I think the next time you're in the Montra auto, I think நம்ம மாதிரி ஒரு super starting பண்ண சொல்லிடலாமா? Okay, so sir, I hope that over the next couple of days you get a chance to experience what it's like to ride it. Actually, I want to ask the audience also the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, Montra Super Auto, ஓட்டுறது எவ்வளவு easy? How easy is it to ride a Montra auto? Easy है कि बहुत मुश्किल काम है यार? है easy? सच है हो जाएगा? Okay, you have all the motivation. You say you are a motivational speaker, but there are a lot of motivational speakers in the audience. We want to see you ride the auto next time. Deal?
Absolutely, that's a deal.
Super. I have to say the next question is on everybody's mind. Actually, when I say the name Georgie Rhodes, हम सबके दिमाग में एक ही question आती है कि ये flying without wings जो होती है वो कैसे होती है? How are you flying without wings?
Well, there's nothing that's super powered like the Montra Electric. It's not the super power. The flying without the wings is just a love for fielding. But I'll tell you what, even now I'm 55, I might not be that super anymore. The flying is still okay. It's the landing that's the problem. The landing is not so good. 55 is landing, not so good.
Flying என்னன்னா ஈஸியா பண்ணிருந்தாலும் landing கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. But I have to say when we watch it, it looks so effortless, just like riding the Montra Super Auto.
100%. I mean, I really sitting in that Montra. It did remind me about my fielding because at will I did ride it. Don't tell anybody, but I did actually ride the auto, and it's amazing because without even knowing it, it's like when Sachin Tendulkar hit the ball, which he thought was in the gap. Before he knew it, somebody had just accelerated and got to the mall. So just like the Montra electric auto, it has power when you need it.
Power when you need it. That's correct, sir. Actually, I have to say the next question that all of us have also. I think हम में से बहुत सारे लोगों के दिमाग में ये भी question हुआ होगा कि electric vehicle या electric auto जो है, what that experience is going to be like, and of course, what has your experience been like, sir?
Well, it really is important. I think a country like India, it's amazing because obviously with quite a large population, 1.4 billion people, 1.5, 1.4,
1.2.
many people in India. I mean, my wife and I, we have two babies that were born in Mumbai. And our daughter's name is India, our son's name is Nathan, but there is just a South African passport, no Indian passport, because they said, we have enough people, take your babies and go. So it was not needed anymore. But it's, I think being in India and seeing sometimes the change in India is slow. But once that change is happening, and people like the super riders that we've got here, when it was literally 3 days back, I was in Bangalore and I was sitting in the traffic in the back of a vehicle, and suddenly in front of me was a Montra electric. And it was incredible because you see one, and then suddenly you see another one. And so it's slow sometimes to change, but so important in a country the size of India. We keep thinking, what difference can we make? Green energy, electric motors is so important. And it's great because the change might be slow, but when it happens, it gathers speed.
Full speed.
A bit like me between the wickets, full speed. Okay.
I'm going to take a quick second to just summarize what you just said. Now, sir, என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னு தமிழ்ல சொல்லிடலாமா? Yes, because sir said, you know what, நம்ம இந்தியா மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய கண்ட்ரியில நம்ம ஒருத்தவங்க ஒரு சேஞ்ச் பண்ணாலும் அது வந்து it has a ripple effect. அது வந்து பல பேர் அந்த சேஞ்சை ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணும்போது தான் அந்த சேஞ்சுக்கு ஒரு வேல்யூ வரும். So we're joined by the change makers of the country. So over super ரைடருக்கும் எங்களோட round of applause. You guys are making a big change. Also, when we say EV, along with the magic that comes along with riding it, there's a big question, which my question to you, which is, what is your favorite feature? When I say Montra Super Auto, there are some features that stand out. For us, நம்மளுக்கு வந்து comfort ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்டா இருக்கலாம், power ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்டா இருக்கலாம். What is the feature that stands out to you?
Well, obviously, my legs are very short, so even though there's lots of room, it's not that important for me. Power is there, we know that, but I'm a Ramsay kind of guy. I go slowly. What's important for me? I'm a father, I'm a husband, is the safety, is the balance. And I've just had a tour of the factory, and the reason that the balance is so good is that the battery, instead of sitting under the driver's seat, is in the back, which is spread between the back two wheels. Because on 3 wheels, it's too easy to tip over. So for me, it's the safety features. Because I'm a father, if my family is traveling in an auto, I only want them to be in the Montra because it's much safer, more stable than the other autos.
And the one of our super riders.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Not a jaunty, super rider.
The super rider. Okay, I have to say, நீங்க வந்து சென்னை நிறைய வாட்டி வந்திருப்பீங்க. You would have been to Chennai many times. What is special about this time? Of course, you got to ride the Montra Super Auto. But anything else that stands out?
Well, I am somebody that is from the coastal areas, so I'm now living on the other side of the coast in Goa. My family is living there. So we lived for 6 months on the coast, but I'm somebody that loves the ocean. And the most important thing, again, having a tour here, is the way that the Montra, the Super Auto, it's protected from rust. Because I love being, I know there's people from inland, but I love the coast. So I go surfing in Mahabalipuram, so Kovalam, I spend lots of time in the ocean, but I know there's rust issues. But luckily, the way that they do it, that the paint, they protect before the painting even starts, the Montra Electric, it is going to be a super ride for a super long time.
So, actually, I'm just going to say that in Malayalam if you don't mind, sir, which is that sir ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം is by the coast. അതായത് നമ്മുടെ സമുദ്രത്തിന്റെ അടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. And the Montra Super Auto, because it is rust free, because it is so powered by technology, I think it makes your experiences a lot more special. And of course, നമ്മുടെ experience വളരെ special ആയിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു minute ആണ് അത്. And for that, I have to ask you, when I was talking to you on Instagram, I saw you like dosas.
Yes.
Yeah? How many of us in the audience love dosas? morning, evening, night. How many dosas have you had after landing in Chennai? I think this is my question, but all of us want to know.
No, I've stuck to the idli so far. So tomorrow morning will be dosa.
Tomorrow will be a
Tomorrow
dosa.
will be dosa.
Okay, so tomorrow நீங்க யாராச்சும் தோசை சாப்பிடுறீங்க அப்படின்னா you can think Mr. Jyoti Rhodes also is grabbing a dosa right now, same as us. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with that of course a very very important question. उनका पल पेरों कुड़ेंगे मतलब आपके बहुत सारे बच्चे जो हैं who are also enjoying the Super Dream program, they would be very very active gully cricket players or cricket players, aspiring cricket players. It's unfair if we have you here and I don't ask you the most important question, which is, to the kids who love cricket, that our dads and moms can go back home and tell them, you know what, Jyoti Rhodes ne ye kaha tha yahi karna. So what is the tip that you're going to give them?
Well, the tip for me is just like the super drivers here, or the super auto, is that if I'm fielding at backward point, I can't have the key off in the ignition. The ignition must be on, so when the ball comes, I can go straight away. So being ready for the ball before the ball is coming is most important. So it's no good having power under your wrist, but the key is off in the auto. So for kids, it means that the way that you practice is very important. Practice like it's a match situation, but always be ready. Every ball, be ready. Expect the ball to come to you, especially when you're fielding.
Superb. So I hope all of you have made note. Mr. Jyoti Rhodes என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா உங்களோட குழந்தைகளுக்கு கிரிக்கெட் பிடிக்கணும் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுங்க நம்ம வந்து எப்பவுமே ரெடியா இருங்க எப்பவுமே anticipate what's going to happen அடுத்தது என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்றத நம்ம எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும். And with that of course when we talk about the of course in the heart of very lovely space, thanks to Murugappa Group, I have to ask you one question. A country or a company that has 120 years மேல இருக்கிற ஒரு அழகான legacy, how is your connection been with Murugappa Group, sir?
Well, my connection with the Murugappa Group starts way back in 2004, 2005, when I met the previous chairman, Mr. M.M. Murugappa, when he was in Durban. I was working for a bank in South Africa, not quite Tola Finance, but I was working for a bank, and I met Mr. Murugappa when he was visiting a ceramic factory in Durban, in South Africa. So one of the bank's clients, I met him through there. And ever since I've come, I would go back.